Hello and welcome to Lee Anderson Yoga. I am super excited that you're here to join me for this practice. It is all about self-love. So during this session, the postures will help you open up to and accept love for yourself. So let's begin. I have a block handy. You can use a pillow or a small cushion if you wish. There'll be a few positions where that'll come in handy, but if you don't have one, it's fine too. So we are going to begin laying down on our bellies. So let the legs walk out behind you. Gently ease yourself in down towards the floor. And you can either keep the block handy for your forehead to rest on, or you can make a little pillow with your hands, whether it's on the block or away from the block, just to rest and let your neck relax. And then let that relaxation run all the way down through the vertebrae. Feel the vertebrae actually relax and sink into the body. Quite often we begin or finish and we lay on our back. So our spine doesn't have to sink very far closer to the earth. But as it sinks and relaxes now through the front body, it's going to touch on a whole different load of areas, energies within ourselves. And that may or may not sort of arouse different sensations of comfort, discomfort, or of course nothing at all. And as we just rest here, feeling the body lengthen and relax, we're just going to raise that intention for today's practice, self-love. I am my own best friend and I am overjoyed about it. So if during our practice you notice any inner dialogue which gets a little critical, a little judgmental, or even a little bit nasty and negative, as best you can dismiss those words, let them go, and then just remind yourself, I am my own best friend and I am overjoyed about it. Excellent. So I'm just going to reach away with this block now, just take it away from me. As I bring my arms down by my sides and fingers, trying to bring my hands back as far as I can. We're just going to play around with Cobra pose here. So you can have a wriggle through the hips if you wish. Breathe in, lift the crown of the head on up. Heart wants to expand forwards. Tops of the feet press into the floor. Lower down on the exhale. So already now you might be wanting to shift your hands into a different position. Please do that. Listen to your body as it starts to make different shapes, starts to warm up, and the breath starts to flow in and around, supporting, awakening, energizing, having the tops of the feet press into the floor, and they might even want to slide backwards as you lift up. I love that because it's helping to create extra length through the lower back, not just rising up through the head and lengthening through the upper back. We've got one more here. Equal pressure down through all the joints in the hands, not just the heels of the hands. Fabulous. Lay yourself down with a nice long spine. Now the hands press into the floor to lift the body up. Fabulous. Let's bring the heart a little bit closer to our thighs, and our hands can walk further out in front of us if you want. Tailbone to the sky here for puppy pose. Trying to breathe into the back space of the lungs to let the shoulders expand without just popping through the armpits. Toes can tuck if that helps you feel a little bit more comfort, or even a bit of light stretch under the toes. Heart to the thighs, tailbone to the sky, length through the arms. Fabulous. Let's roll through the body, beautiful big wave as we lay ourselves back down on the floor again. Hands and arms are a little bit more comfortable as they come in nice and close. Tops of the feet press down into the floor. Inhale, open up to the chest, spread across the collarbones, squeeze the glutes. Tops of the feet press into our floor. So our Cobra's coming up really nice and high now. We've got another 3 of these. So as you lift on up and lift in, if you want to, you can even peel your hands off the floor. Exhale, lower down lightly. So to get a little bit more lift with the hands off the floor, squeeze your shoulder blades together and feel that extra lift it creates forwards and upwards through the chest, vertebrae, and neck. Oh, fabulous. Exhale gently, Press the hands into the floor. Lift the hips to the sky and the heart to your thighs. Puppy pose. Imagine a brand new puppy here having a bit of a stretch on out, maybe even a wriggle of their tail up into the sky. Ah, beautiful. And as we rise up through the body, we're going to walk the hands in under the shoulders. So just transitioning here onto hands and knees for a thoracic rotation. So we'll start with the left arm. Bring it in underneath on the exhale and reach all the way out to the side and perhaps up to the sky on the inhale. Exhale, contract through the ribs, squeeze all the air on out. Inhale, let the chest open, spine lengthen, hand lifts. Beautiful. One more. Trying to stay strong through that right shoulder and not collapse too much. So this time as we return the left hand, we're going to bend the elbows, rest the forearms on the floor in like a triangle shape, and we're just going to let the fingers sort of cup the head. So we're not pushing down through the head. We still want this lift with the tailbone up, but we can let the middle back reach on higher, and maybe the head is pressing into the hands. There's no pressure downwards. If your head is touching the floor, it is a light touch. No pressure downwards. It's lift, lift, lift from the tailbone up and around. Beautiful. Ease yourself out and backwards as we move on to the other side for that threading of the needle pose. Exhale. Squeeze all the air out. Start to move the arm outward and upward as you breathe on in. Magic. Exhale. Inhale. Feel the air. Turn to breath. Flood into the right side of the body. Exhale. Trying to keep the spine long with integrity and care. Treating yourself with respect and self-love, just like you would anybody else. One more here. Staying strong through that left shoulder joint. Excellent. And then the hands walk further out in front. Heart to the thighs, puppy pose, tailbone in the air. You can shake it around like you just don't care if you wish. Have a little bit of fun here. Puppy is supposed to be playful, joyous, and just so excited, isn't it? Hey, little puppy, so cute. Hands in under the shoulders. Fantastic. So now I'm going to do a little rotation while we're on hands and knees through the hip joint. So you can remain on your hands or you can bend your elbows and lower down onto the floor if you wish. Just starting with the left knee, bringing it in towards the elbow on the exhale, out and around behind us and then back in. So just wanting to open up into that hip joint, the side of the hip, the lower back, just with movement, carefully guided movement. The breath is available, but you might find yourself just breathing naturally one way or another as you concentrate on that movement through the lower back, the side of the hip, and the lower belly. Other side, again, you can be on your hands or on your forearms. Whatever helps you facilitate more movement. So you might need to be more comfortable throughout other parts of your body so you can be confident and relaxed and then experience what else there is to experience in and around that other hip joint now. Excellent. Rolling the hips back, hands can rest on the hips as we lift the right leg forwards, ground down through the tailbone and start to feel the front of the left leg extend. Hands start at heart center just for some low lunges with a beautiful flow with the in-breath up. And as you exhale, hands come down, reaching towards the right toes, but the hips move backwards. So we've got to stretch through the back of the front leg. Sort of a half splits. Half as in one leg half. Tailbone under, breathe in, ribs expand upwards, outwards. Kindly fold, contract the belly, and let the spine arch all the way over and around the other way. Beautiful. Flexing and arching through the upper body and also experiencing movement into the legs, hips, calves and feet. lift that leg up and under, and let's just swap it over. Take the other leg out. Start by finding a nice square, aligned, low lunge position, hands at heart center. And then as you start to flow, breathe in and lift. Your body may make slight adjustments to the flow, whether that's because of your just body movements, you're happy. Your body will also want to continue to do whatever it does. So just notice if those movements are benefiting you. If there's any pain, discomfort, please back off or go very, very steady, or of course, seek some expert medical advice. Excellent. And then from here, we'll take the leg back and we'll return to that variation of rabbit pose where the elbows are down, forearms are on an angle, back of the head can rest into the interlaced fingers, but we're not pressing down through the head. We're just wanting to arch up through the back and get that beautiful curve in our spine. Down through the knees, up through the hips, tailbone under. One more breath cycle here, wanting to round, extend a little bit more. Beautiful. Flattening the feet, easing yourself and rolling all the way back on up. Now, if you wish, you can call on that block again. So we're going to move through some camel pose variations. So I like the block on its flat level in between my knees, just as a reminder for me to engage inner thighs with a little bit of light pressure of the knees pressing inward. Then my tailbone will help tuck under. I get a little bit more natural length through the legs where the legs meet the pelvis. And then I can start feeling freer about the upper body. So play around with what suits and feels best for you. Hands, heart center. Inhale, feel the crown lift, the neck relax. Exhale, squeeze the inner thighs, feet press into the floor. Next inhale, the arms reach up to the sky, head can drop back. You can really arch the body open if you feel strong enough. Stay with one exhale, squeeze the glutes, and then slowly bring the hands back to heart center. So to loosen up more through the body here, we're going to do some rotations. So hands start at heart center, and then as we breathe in, we reach the left arm out and around, behind us, comes back to the center. So you can just flow through here in whatever rhythm suits your breath, ideally inhaling, opening and reaching, exhaling, just returning back to neutral. Keep the head up nice and high. Fabulous. Keep coming back to face the front. And then as your left arm reaches back, maybe you want to open your right arm out in front. So the arms are traveling in different directions, stretching across ways through the chest and the shoulders. Maybe you even want to lean back a little bit. So that arm that reaches forward lifts up. Arm that's reaching backwards extends out towards the feet. Oh, feel that through the sides of the waist. Powerful, very strong. So again, listen to your body, your inner wisdom. Pull back if you're going too far. We don't often lean back in life. We tend to lean in, lean forwards. One more each side. Excellent. So a variation on the child pose to counteract what we've just been done. Take the knees out super wide, toes together. Let the hands walk all the way on out and feel the sides of the waist relax. Sink the hips towards the heels. And if you wish to be active with the arms, press the fingers down and stretch them out in front of you, and you'll just feel this beautiful extra strength suit through the side of the body as the tailbone keeps getting directed back down towards the earth. That amazing energy just sort of gets drawn into. One more breath here, beautiful. Hands walking back up to the knees as we look to play around with Cobra camel pose again. Lovely. So the block can be in between the thighs. This time I'm going to bring my knees in a little bit closer with that block a little bit closer. Fabulous. Tuck the tailbone under. Hands begin at heart center. Close your eyes, and as you breathe, feel your sternum lift out into your thumbs. As your face relaxes, your neck relaxes, and your collarbones just broaden a little. Beautiful. Feel the spine start to be alert and lift. We're going to release the hands behind our back. Rest the palms at the lower back, fingers down the butt cheeks. Open the heart forwards. So use this movement here of shoulder rolling, whatever you need, shuffling through the shoulders to release any little gripping that's going on here around the edges of your heart space. If you can, keep lifting the chin on up. Fingertips press towards the tailbone. Inhale and keep lifting. Now at any time, if it gets too much, tuck the chin down to the chest, then lift the crown of the head. Beautiful. Keep using the in-breath to open the heart. Stretch the chest, expand through the belly. The exhale to squeeze the glutes. Lift the shoulder blades into the back of the ribs. If you can, 2 more breath cycles. Look for places to offer ease, comfort, care. And then the chin tucks into the chest. Lift the crown on up. Fabulous. Puppy pose here with the hips in the air, hands walk out in front of you, heart falls towards the thighs. And then let's walk the hands around to one side, stretch a little bit more through the side of the waist, back through center, and the other side. Fabulous. Hands come back in underneath the shoulders. We're going to transition onto our bottoms with our legs extended out in front of us. Fabulous. Gentle seated forward fold, and then we will do some seated twists. Hands heart center. Breathe in, reach on up. Feel that space start to flow in already. Exhale, bow over the front of the legs. So as we bow, it's really quite tender, almost an embrace going on here. Release the arms to the side so they're also shaping or creating a protective field around your special energy. Feel the neck lengthen, feel the body ease, and perhaps even feel some other tingles all happening in and around through that lower back that's been strengthening and working quite hard to support us. Lovely. As you're ready, ground through the tailbone as you rise on up. Bend the right knee, let the foot rest on the floor, and then just bring the hip in a little bit closer. Reach the arms out to the side like an aeroplane. Exhale and rotate around. Letting the right shoulder, the hand drop back and support you, and just hugging the left knee in. So sort of imagine this straight line all down through the front, spine up to the ceiling, but there's this beautiful spiral happening here through the spine. All your energy is just wandering, cascading up, trickling down. One more breath. You can do it. Just noticing any little messages, any little inklings within you coming up into your attention. Kindly return to the breath, face the front, release the leg, both legs out in front, hands heart center. Lower down, extend down the front of your legs, embrace, rest, relax. Just listening to any self-dialogue, any little comments or phrases you might be repeating to yourself, or maybe you've heard yourself say before. Are they kind? Are they true? If they're negative or harmful, just release them, let them go, and replace those words with something positive. Even if it's simply, I am my own best friend and I am overjoyed about it. Excellent. Rolling up through the spine, lifting the left knee in towards the chest now and letting that foot ground. And just bringing the hip back in a little bit closer. Sit up super tall as the arms reach out and carry us around. Beautiful. So it's okay to shuffle through the body. Let your alignment, your bones, find a nice comfortable space for them. When you find a spot that's stretchy, begin to focus the breath back into the heart space and feel it trickle and expand, not only outwards to the sides, upwards and downwards, forwards and backwards, maybe diagonalwards. Magic. One more breath here. Oh, I love longer stretches. Turn to the front, release the arms. We're going to lay down on our mats with our knees bent and our feet resting on the floor. So if you wish, you can have your block close handy, because we will be placing it under our tailbone, but we'll do a few hip rotations first. So handy. Arms can rest anywhere out to the side. Just let the knees sway a little bit so the lower back can lengthen out, and then you can feel the back of the sit bones on the mat, and then find stillness as the palms spread and the fingers rest into the floor. Feel the shoulder blades flatten out, and this beautiful natural width just sort of evolves through the front of the body. Soften the throat. As you breathe in, let the knees fall to one side. It doesn't matter if the legs are together or apart, or the feet are on the floor or wherever. Have a breath cycle here, letting go. And if you wish, you can use your hands or the strength through the abdominals to bring the knees back up to center. And just rest here. Feel the feet sink back into the earth and the tailbone melt back into the earth. Then we take the knees over to the other side. Fabulous. And again, just allowing a little bit of kind curiosity into your core. Checking out, getting to know, or being reminded of who you authentically are. Your strengths or your superpowers. And then the knees back to center. And a moment here, let the feet sink, tailbone feels heavy. Beautiful. So just a little wriggle through the toes to bring a little bit of activity and alertness back to the feet. Now, if you wish, we're going to lift our hips up and then slide the block in underneath, so as the tailbone rests down, it lands onto the block. So we've just got a little bit of a lift here through our tailbone. Our tailbone will be either in line or above our heart space. Arms again can rest out to the side. And as best as you can, don't only bring the breath down through the center main channel, but also down through the outsides of the body. Okay, so there's an option here for you now. You can lift the hips and remove the block, or just for another 30 seconds, you can extend the legs out very softly out nice and long, and just feel that extra space that's happening at the very top of the legs. And with your eyes closed and your inner imagination, having a good look around within, just allow your attention to notice the places where your legs meet your torso. Breathe in love and kindness. Yeah, this area is your pelvis. Contains a lot of vital organs. Offer this whole area, the pelvis, the base of your body, love, respect. Fabulous. One leg at a time, just walking the feet back in. So we're going to remove that block now if you haven't already. Excellent. Release the hands as you bring the knees closer together and lift them up in towards you. Hands and arms can wrap around the shins as you gently rock the body side to side. I hope you're feeling amazing. Oh, maybe a little tingly with love and just feeling that rocking side to side. As you feel ready, allow the knees to roll over and rest onto one side. And that top arm presses into the floor to help lift your upper body up. And you can return to a comfortable seated pose, kneeling, whatever suits you. Check in with how you're feeling. Fantastic. Roll through the shoulders. Arch and flex if you need through the spine. Amazing. And as we just sit here in our last minute with our hands in Anjali Mudra, thumbs resting into the chest, perhaps just have a little bit of an idea about ways that you may be able to pay yourself kindness, care, consideration, connection, love and respect. Any way to offer yourself physical, emotional, or even material needs. We all have needs. Okay, so any great ideas for self-care practices? Please leave me a comment and let me know what your thoughts, what you were inspired to now go off and do. That is all absolutely about you. You deserve it. Thank you so much for having an amazing practice with me, and I can't wait to practice with you again very soon. Thank you. Namaste.